Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gerry Kissell.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger! Hey guys, another episode of Pop Culture Minefield. That's Keith.
And that's Gerry.
And we're here to talk about just stupid nerd stuff.
Nerdy
nerd stuff. And let's see.
Well, big news from Friday, which is that Stan Lee's former business manager, Mr. Koogie, was arrested.
Taken into custody.
Outstanding warrant from the LAPD.
Yes, charges of elderly abuse.
Yeah.
And so we were all concerned, all of us. I know all of us were concerned over this shit when we heard that there might be elderly abuse with him, and there was a focus on the family.
Yeah.
And of course, even when he came out defending them, you never know, because these people could be forced to say these things on video.
Yeah.
But we didn't know. But now it's finally starting to present itself. And of course, you know, his family was cleared. Once he got free of his manager, he was able to really clarify a lot of stuff. And now that we've lost Stan Lee, this has finally happened. And it makes me really happy to see that.
I just hope they throw the book at this dude.
Mm-hmm. And let's hope that when he goes to jail, and I'm pretty sure he will, that there are some good comic book fans behind bars.
Welcome him to.
Let him know how welcome he is.
Yeah.
Let him know what it's like. So, but anyway, that was some good news. What else we got?
The rumor of Deadpool and Spidey 3.
That's right.
Which eventually became,
another rumor.
Yeah.
We're going to rumor Deadpool's in it. And then this other group go, no, our rumor's going to be about Venom.
Look, as far as the whole Deadpool thing, until the whole issue between Sony and Marvel is worked out as far as doing another Spider-Man movie.
CBR, that's supposed to be a legitimate organization, right? Who else was doing? Was it Screen Rant? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was Screen Rant.
Just some of these hack sites are posting the story out there, and they even mention the fact that the contract is over between Sony and Marvel. Okay, the contract is over with Far From Home. That's it. That's the end of their agreement. Okay, and then all of a sudden, in that same story, they're talking about how Marvel's going to have control over Spider-Man. I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
I mean, unless there's been a major change that nobody
knows about.
Then, and this
how does that happen?
And this is after all of the talk, once it became known that their contract was over, about how this is going to free up Sony to be able to do whatever they want.
And of course, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
That Sony is, they want to be autonomous. They want to go make their money.
Yeah.
They don't want to share. They're like, okay, thank you, Marvel, for helping us get the Sony back up there, Spider-Man back up there, and stuff, but we want it back now. And that's how they're acting right now.
Well, there were several people that were saying, they're definitely going to re-up their contract with Marvel. And it's like, well, they have no incentive.
Why are they going to do that?
I mean,
is it the money? No, they don't. They're not. No, they think that they can make more money on their own with Spider-Man. They really do believe that.
And even though they did get an Academy Award for the Into the Spider-Verse animated film, which was good, it's one of those instances where certain personalities involved in both the films and in that animated stuff pretty much don't want anything to do with Marvel and the MCU because it makes them look bad.
Because Venom itself, if Sony wanted to play ball with Marvel, Venom would have been in the MCU.
Yep.
That it wasn't in the MCU was a sign of what their intent is with Spider-Man. So this other rumor that comes out that Sony wants Venom in Spider-Man really was what I figured anyway.
Yeah.
Was that they were going to do.
That's
They're
a
gonna
no-brainer.
Yeah. It's like, that's what they're going to do. It's smart on their part. It'll make a lot of us unhappy because we want to see Spider-Man in the Spider-Man or in the MCU.
Yes.
But, there's a really good chance that this movie's the last time we get to enjoy that.
And that sucks.
Yeah,
That really sucks because everything's really starting to come together. But unfortunately, as we've reviewed before on the show, the contracts of all the actors and actresses involved in the Spider-Man films do not belong to the MCU.
Well,
they're part of Sony.
Yeah, and when one of our MCU characters, you see them in a Sony-produced film like Spider-Man Far From Home, or Homecoming, when you see like Iron Man in there, that's an agreement exclusively between Sony and Marvel. But the fact is, the kid that plays Spider-Man, his contract isn't with Disney Marvel. Mm-hmm. His contract is with Sony.
Actually, everybody's is. Every actor and actress that you see in the Spider-Man films are all contracted through Sony unless they are someone that has had a contract or a previous relationship with the MCU.
Like Sam Jackson in this film, and Robert Downey Jr. in the previous film.
That's right.
So there you go. Oh, and of course the appearance of Captain America, which was one of the funniest things. I love that.
It's definitely America's ass.
The little infomercial. America's ass. Those little infomercials he did were really funny. I love those. Educational. I'm sorry, not infomercials. Educational. But let's see, what else we got here?
The rumor that actor David,
I saw that, but I didn't
Governor
get to
Morrissey.
read it. So what's going on?
Well, basically, it's the rumor that he's being considered for work in the MCU, that they are considering him for a role in Phase 4, and that multiple roles...
He's a good actor.
He's very good.
I mean, I was already aware of him before because I watch a lot of British TV, and he has a great mystery series that he does of films for the BBC, and he plays a driver, and my God, he is good in that. And so when he came up, I just got goosebumps. Look at that.
He's that good.
Well, the fan's on. Once again, apologize. Sorry, it gets hot in here. But anyway, it's just basically David Morrissey is a really good actor. And if you haven't seen him as the governor in Walking Dead, you need to go back and watch that. That is really one of my favorite villains on the show so far. And don't get me wrong, I love Negan. Negan's an awesome character, but the governor was a special kind of creepy and messed up with those collection of heads in the aquarium. And the daughter, he's just a tad bit psychopathic. And then, of course, he killed one of our favorite characters, cutting his head off. Yeah. And Herschel. Not Herschel. What was his name? The doctor. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I forgot his name. We lost the actor a year ago. Yeah. But
that's, it's good acting. And that's exactly what you need, especially if you're going to be a part of the MCU. My big question is, okay, you hire him. Who do you want him to play?
Well, I would want him playing either a really solid leader character, or I'd want to have him play a villain.
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom would be freaking awesome. And you and I have talked about this before, that they are the most logical first introduction to the new MCU before the X-Men, because there are too many X-Men. And it's harder to plot those out. And you have to figure out how it's going to work. Whereas you only have 4 Fantastic Four characters, and you've got really one main bad guy, which is Dr. Doom. And he, of course, is a shared MCU villain.
That's right. Everybody, look, if you're a Marvel character of any note,
he's had run-ins with everybody.
At least once or twice.
Yeah, but my problem with the Fantastic Four films up to now is they always made him the prevalent, most prominent first villain they deal with, which isn't the case, because all of us that read the comics, and he's
otherwise
actually
known as the Underminer.
The Underminer,
yes,
in The Incredibles.
Yes,
he's a great villain, And you think, oh, it sounds really stupid. No, he's really freaking good. And you never know where he's going to show up. Because he's subterranean. He'll just come up wherever. And of course, my first experience with Namor was through the Fantastic Four. Even though by himself I loved the character, I didn't become a fan of the character until I read his character in one of the crossovers.
Yeah, it's just good. Good writing, good characters.
And I'm hoping he's coming. Oh my God. I've been waiting for Namor for a long time.
Look, to me, as much as I would like to see Fantastic Four and the X-Men, if all they gave us new for this next phase was Namor, I'm good.
That'd be good too. What would be interesting at some point is if there's a new Johnny Storm crossover for the Fantastic Four, if we had Captain America in that scene just once, we could get him back. It'd be so funny for him to give a funny look to the new Johnny Storm.
Oh, that was...
The first Johnny Storm for live-action film, real, legitimate live-action film. Not that one that was done by Roger Corman. Even though the story is really good in that, and the makeup on some of the stuff is really good,
yeah,
it is really bad. But the fact is that Chris Evans, who played Johnny Storm in 2 films, would meet the new Johnny Storm. If you don't have an on-camera funny look, you just missed the greatest opportunity in the history of cinema. But I don't think Captain America's coming back. It would be nice to see him, but I don't think we're going to. Even with the rumors about the TV show, I began wondering if they do a TV show with Peggy Carter and him, if they would just not recast his character. I just don't see Evans coming back.
Oh, I can. I see him coming. Yeah, I see him coming back, but not to play a major role.
For those of you who don't think that we disagree,
I see him making cameos. You know, and,
I would like that.
And he stated that he'd be open to that as far as any major movies featuring just him as Captain America. I don't foresee that, but I see cameos.
I would like that. And that would be just, I would be so delighted to see him give Johnny Storm a funny look.
Right?
Yeah, I would, as Dr. McCoy would say in Star Trek 6: The Undiscovered Country, I would pay real money for that.
Well, I guess that's the end of our stories for Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a lot of Marvel stuff, and I still, look, Venom, I think is likely going to be in the next Spider-Man film.
Oh, yeah.
I do not think that they're going to work with the MCU anymore.
If they
fans, the only way it's going to happen is if fans pressure them.
And even then, I'm sure Kevin Feige is going to have something to say. Because, again, I give it up to everybody at Sony for all of the wonderful work that they've done. But if we're going to have a dick measuring contest, Kevin Feige wins without even entering because he's already shown that he knows more than everybody at Sony combined. And I have a feeling that if you were to ask Kevin Feige who he would cast as Venom, it would probably be a completely different actor and under different circumstances. And the way he plays this game is it's all out of his brain or it ain't happening. Yeah, because he's really in so many ways the director of these films. Yeah. And people go, oh, well, that film, like Iron Man 3 gets a lot of shitting on. Yeah. Okay? That's Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige approved everything in that film. Kevin Feige approved everything in every single one of the MCU films. Everyone. He oversaw the production of every single film. He was the backseat driver for every film. So when you want to give shit about one of the films, well, guess what? He's the one who allowed the what's his name, the villain in Iron Man 3, well, it's really supposed to be the Mandarin, but the Mandarin, which we may finally see him now. You know, we've got a chance because that was one of the rumors that came out, and that came from Kevin Feige himself. That that's putting the Mandarin as the father of a major Marvel hero. Which, wow, that's ballsy. As Austin Powers would say, "Yeah, baby, yeah." I can't wait. Me either. So anyway,
That's Keith.
That's Gary.
This is Pop Culture Minefield. And here is the Kevin Feige's dick. Giant, meaty beast dick.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe. Like us. Say things. Comment.
Good night.
Y'all come back now. You